Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's JPR, and today we're back with a little bit more Pokemon Sun and Moon news. Today we got a couple new screenshots added on Serebii, and to be honest, there's not too much to talk about here, but it is still quite interesting. The first screenshot here is of the new Pokemon Center in its full entirety. I believe this is the first time that we've actually seen the new Pokemon Center in its entirety. I mean, first off, it's massive, so we can already go ahead and probably conclude that the Pokemart and Pokemon Center have merged back together since Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. But then again, I think we could have already assumed that to begin with. But the main thing I'm seeing in this picture here is that there appears to be a lot of brown on this Pokemon Center, which kind of reinforces the idea that the Pokemon Center will actually double as kind of like a cafe type of space. I believe that was also teased in the very first trailer for Pokemon Sun and Moon, where they have like the little concept art up on the wall and Junichi Masuda is like pointing at it, and you can see like a little cafe room inside of the Pokemon Center. So I would say that really strengthens that idea, and honestly, I'm all for that idea. Hopefully it means there's like gonna be more helpful NPCs inside of Pokemon Centers. You know, sometimes you go to a Pokemon Center and sometimes they'll give you like a TM or an item or something like that, and you know, sometimes they don't give you anything at all, but just random dialogue. So the more people in Pokemon Centers, the better, I suppose. On the bottom screen here, we see a little bit more of the Rotom Pokedex and the little mini-map that we get from it. Again, we already knew about this, but it is nice to see it in action, and I just thought, you know, how great is this gonna be for like really big locations where you honestly have no idea where you're going? Like, imagine if Lumio City had this kind of feature, like a little map on the bottom screen. And that brings us to our next screenshot, which is of that same big city that we saw in the second trailer with the starters in it. We've seen the city a few times now already, but it does look quite massive, so that Rotom map is going to be very, very helpful. And the last notable screenshot to talk about is right here with the male player running through this kind of like canyon type of area. It's actually very reminiscent of one of the places you encounter Lily that we saw in an earlier trailer as well. I think it's pretty safe to assume this is going to be a route and not some kind of special location though, because you can see grass off to the side. There's a few other screenshots as well, nothing really notable though. I mean, the coolest one is probably this one of Lunala in battle with like the full moon behind it. Now originally when I saw this, I thought, man, that really looks like the canyon place that we saw in the earlier screenshot, except there's no grass on the ground, so it's probably not. Like I said, it's probably just one of those generic battle backgrounds that they're gonna have. I hope it isn't though, because I would really like it if we saw the legendary like in multiple places before we actually catch it, because I don't think they've ever done that before. Like if it was Dialga or Palkia, you know, we only saw that like once when we caught it, and then like Zekrom and Reshiram, same thing there. I would actually like it if the legendary Pokemon was like a recurring thing in the plot, you know? So anyway, that's about it for these screenshots. I know it wasn't that much, but hey, news is news, and I figured you guys probably wanted to know. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys next time.